For what it's worth, the people at the nearby Verizon store told me when I was there recently that if they have the choice, they recommend that somebody who wants to go to an Apple store, go to the one in West County. Now that was one guy at the Verizon store. I don't know if how many other people say that, but the apparently there's I guess the level of technical expertise from the people at the West County store tends to be greater than those at the other store. Now that I don't know how much that might vary from shift to shift or person to person, but that was
I bet that varies person to person.
yeah, I'm sure it does.
Because if Apple knew that, they would have a fit. I gotta go get my phone.
I don't know. I find the whole environment just a little odd, frankly, when I go to those stores. It just feels like absolute chaos to me, first of all. And I always hate that I make an appointment to go in there and then they never see me by my appointment time. And I don't know. It just I don't know. Like I said, I prefer going to Mac HQ, except that it's a haul for me to go all the way across the city versus going to West County Mall is much closer.
Well, West County Mac HQ is just up the street from me a little bit. The only
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
The thing about Mac HQ, and this is nothing against any of the people there, but there are no windows. Or there might be, I think there might be one very narrow window, maybe like behind where the cash registers. But when you go in, no window,
None.
it's like being in a what am I trying to say? It's like being in a basement or something, or like a wine cellar or something. There you got the fluorescent lights, which to me are kind of harsh and that kind of hurt my eyes after a while. And that's the extent of the lighting. So it's not a good experience in that respect.
It's just like where you used to go to buy dope before it became legal.
I never even gave that a thought when I was in there, to be honest with you.
A few years ago, Mac headquarters front entrance got rammed and some guys broke in, stole a bunch of computers. So they've reinforced that. If they had windows, they're all covered over. And now you'll notice that in front of the front entrance, there are some very heavy duty upright columns.
Two giant bollards that you have to walk around.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
That's for sure.
There's all too many places that are victims to smash and grab and all kinds of other means of theft. So the business has got to do something to protect themselves. It's a shame they have to.
It's not as bad here in St. Louis as it is in a lot of other cities.
True. I didn't realize this until recently, but I have a niece who works in a Dick's Sporting Goods store who explained that there are videos on YouTube telling in great detail how you can defeat the security pieces that they put on. This is mostly like on clothing. So if you go into Dick's Sporting Goods and say you want to buy a team jersey or something, they'll have these and you know, people have seen this. I'm sure everybody's seen this in various clothing stores, especially where they've got a device on it that, you know, supposedly they have to remove or scan or something so that when you walk out the door, it doesn't trip the alarms. Well, there are all kinds of YouTube videos on how you can defeat these things or take them off from the clothes. You go back in a corner where nobody can see you, and you can actually buy products on Amazon that will allow you to defeat these security tags. So against that, you know, what is this supposed to do?
Well, a lot of stores now, you're like told, do not try to stop anybody who's stealing something.
Well,
that's why I like when I go to Lowe's and they put everything that's valuable up about 20 feet in the air on a shelf.
Yeah.
Well, they treat security differently at Costco. If you're not a member, you don't even get in, and you can't
forget it.
Get by checkouts unless their card with your picture on it.
That happened to me the other day. I was surprised. I was in the self-checkout line. And I just flashed the card and the guy said the other side. And I didn't know what he meant. He had to ask me 3 times. So until I realized what he was saying, turned it over and he said, "Thank you, sir." They're actually checking, as Alan said, as you are leaving going through the checkout. Not just to get in.
I've never, I mean, I haven't checked the receipt on your way out, but I've never had them look at my card again. And
Well,
once
they
a-
don't look at your card on the way out. They look at your card when you pay for it. Before they'll do it, they want to be sure that you're not loaning your card to somebody else to come in.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the shit going on around there, it's. I mean, even Walmart's losing stuff. I imagine they lose $1,000 a day or something like that at every store. Oh, and they switched most of them to self-checkout. And that makes it more confusing too. You can't tell what you're doing unless you really know.
Really, I thought the trend was to get away from self-checkout. I thought that was supposedly one of the greater security risks.
But Walmart went the other way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Walmart
Self-checkout, they got rid of it at Home Depot. They closed it. They just say, nope.
What'd they get rid of, Alan? The self-checkout or the real checkout?
They got rid of self-checkout at Home Depot.
Oh, okay.
But you're saying they've gone to exclusively self-checkout at Walmart?
No, they've got a couple tellers. I had somebody that I was helping, and she went through and got confused and thought she'd paid for some, and then put the rest of it on and paid for it again, and then they stopped her and they said, well, the first section you did, they didn't clear the card didn't clear or something like that, so they had to she had to go back in and talk to them, and they said, well, you put everything on there, you just didn't finish it. So she says, I'll never go through self-checkout again.
I'm always amazed when I go to the grocery store though, and I'll have a full cart of stuff, and a lady will come or a guy will come by behind me with like 5 or 6 things in their cart, and it's like, there's all these self-checkouts. You'd be done a half hour before I'm going to be through here,
Oh yeah.
I guess they're just afraid of it or something. I don't know.
Well, you got to handle the things yourself, and like I say, it makes sense if you got 5 or 6 items. You can just throw them in a bag and you're done.
Well, even when I have a whole lot, they've got fewer regular checkouts anymore, so
yeah,
sometimes you stand in line forever. So just do it yourself.
I get confused with checking out Valencia versus Navel Oranges. Looking up all of the deli and the.
Oh yeah.
Do I have donuts or croissants? I have absolutely no damn idea. I will eat one and then pick the other.
My wife doesn't let me do the grocery shopping because I get it wrong.
Yeah.
And how did she think you lived before she was around?
But I don't do it the way she wants it done.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Helps her feel important.
I'm like, if you don't like it.
Terry
then-
and Tammy have Christmas decorations.
Yes, from
Look at
GAMUG.
that. That is neat.
That's from GAMUG.
Oh, cool.
Well,
Some
GAMUG
years ago,
prize.
Something
From
you
years-
won, eh?
when we were
Yeah.
still meeting at the school.
Yes,
That's neat. Merry Christmas.
a cornucopia. Yeah, thank you. I liked it.
Oh, I think I remember that. I think I remember the night you guys won that.
Yeah, I can see the whole.
Yes,
thing.
yes, I remember that.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
yeah. That was the time when the officers brought in, I think I volunteered to bring in coffee from Breadco, and then when all of us went to
I
Federal
brought
Hall
in cookies.
Bakery or other places and brought cookies in, one
Huh.
one of the officers brought in, I think I volunteered to bring in coffee from Breadco, and then when all of us went to Federal Hall Bakery or other places and brought cookies in, one,
Yeah.
Some
Yeah, Hannah would always go out and get those
yeah,
favors to give away at those meetings.
It feels like ancient history from when the last time we met in person.
It is sort of.
It is.
It's about at least 2 years, if not 3 now, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing it would have been like end of 23 or end of 19 or beginning of 20 would have been,
I think it
probably
was
beginning of
in
20.
2020, I think. But anyway,
March 2020, we were together.
Okay.
That's about right.
So
that was the last time because that's when we had spring break. We didn't come back to school after that. It was all online after that.
So we're approaching 4 years ago was the last time we got together.
Okay, I got a question for experts. I have a virtual background in my computer. When I go to it to click, it doesn't open up. Yet when I go to settings, I try to pull it up. It just says virtual background is still loading. Don't use video or use the video. I can't get it to come up, but it shows that it's there.
Are you talking about on Zoom?
Well, no. Actually, the way I started it, I'm on here and I go up to the corner where my picture is and I can have mutes or 3 dots. I click on the 3 dots and it says choose virtual background. I click choose virtual background and it takes me to settings. And there it's just not popping up.
Don't know what to tell you there because usually when I go to settings, I go into video and hold on, I have to look and see what it is.
That's a Zoom phenomenon he's describing.
Yeah, it's preferences to video. And then no wait, preferences to background and effects. So if you go up to Zoom and go down to the menu to preferences and go into background and effects, that's where you set it. And then you can choose from your backgrounds or whatever you want.
Who
Okay.
was asking that question? I didn't see anybody talking.
I didn't
Don,
either.
yeah, Don, your picture was frozen.
Oh, okay.
The
It was your
green
dad.
box was around me like I was talking and you were frozen. I mean, I know your voice, so I knew who was talking.
Let's see. I didn't know who
I
that
knew.
was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. It was like I was talking, but his picture was frozen. And Lyman, you're about to get eaten there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. We
Well, if I
didn't
were-
see her when I first stepped out of the Land Rover,
Yeah.
and I stepped back in real quickly.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm going to change my virtual background. If I can
Or
fix-
are you changing your real background?
changing my virtual background, right?
We have a nice tree. Why are you leaving?
No, he's moving so it's in the view.
Yeah. Why
Oh,
should I
okay.
put my shades over there when I could turn the tree around?
Well, that's not a virtual background. That's a real back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice looking tree, though. Is that a real one, Alan?
Real durable. I've had it for
Real durable.
What is the essence of real? Does real mean enduring?
Yeah,
Or
I
does
can
it
touch
merely
it.
mean corporeally alive?
Well, none
In
of
other
them.
words, walk your way out. Pretend you're a university president and walk your way out of it.
Been watching too much news.
Yeah.
right now, real means after you turn your computer off, it's still there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that one goes to the ceiling in this little short room. I have to get away from my wife while she can watch TV.
Real or artificial?
Your wife or the TV?
Oh, the trees, I think we got the tree about 2012, and so it's about 10 years old. And the lights gave out, and I unwound all the light bulbs that were pre-wired on it and put LED light bulbs on it.
Ooh,
I think you should just hang iPhones on there and, turn them all on.
Yeah,
it looks very nice, Alan.
that would be one expensive tree.
Yeah. I'm
Had-
sure somebody somewhere has done that.
No doubt, yeah.
I gave up on a real tree a number of years ago because cats and real trees don't get along real well.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Well, they don't, real trees really don't last. Then what do you do with them? You cut them up, throw them out for the yard waste people, and it's up to you, got to get everything off of it. And
I gave up the tree a long time ago because I celebrate Hanukkah, but
all right.
So where's your menorah, Glenn?
Yeah.
upstairs.
Where's your,
Well, Hanukkah's right, already happened, hasn't it?
Different reasons.
It started last Thursday night. We're on night 6 right now.
That was going to be my question. I was trying to remember the night that it started and I couldn't remember it.
Thursday?
Hey, there's a tree.
Nice.
And
Cool.
as he travels through the house.
We're getting
Hey.
a tour.
Hey, Donald,
Yes,
you're in Puerto Rico, aren't you? Or where are you?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Oh, my granddaughter's going to go down to Costa Rica next summer, or as a spring trip.
Where's she going?
I don't know. She's still thinking about it and trying to gather money together.
To the beach.
Well, you can fly into San Jose, which is the capital, which is in the center of the country, which is at about 3,000 feet, or you can fly into Liberia, which is the northwest region of the country, the driest part of the country and the warmest part of the country. From May to December, it's a rainy season here.
That's a long rainy season.
Don, where are you? What part of the country are you in?
Freeze.
I think he froze up again.
I think we lost him.
He'll be back in a
Glenn,
second.
where is your dad?
They are the biggest. They're not too far
Northwest.
from Liberia
Uh,
and the Guanacaste region, that area up on the Pacific coast.
I
Okay,
can
they're
make it.
straight. That's when I said
Go in and out.
where we're going, I got no reactions because that's the opposite end of the Pacific coast side of the country.
Don,
Well,
we can hear
we're
you.
actually, we're 1 hour from Nicaragua. Can you hear me okay?
1 hour from Nicaragua, then,
Right.
because we're right next to Panama where we are.
Okay, Panama Canal, then next to it is Costa Rica, then Nicaragua, then Guatemala.
Yeah, so you're on the south end, Lyman, where they're more on
We're on the southwest corner of the country. 25 minutes and we're at the canal.
Are
Oh,
you
yeah,
there right
sure.
now, Lyman?
No, not right now, but
Okay.
our son likes to go down there. He has picked that area.
Lyman, I would, if I drove there, it'd be about 8 hours.
Yeah,
Are the
Only-
roads,
No, the answer to the next question was coming. Everything is 2-lane roads. So when you say 8 hours, that's like 250 miles or 280
Yes.
miles.
right?
yes.
You'd be better off to go by boat.
Definitely.
Okay, guys, I guess we should start. Let's see.
Yeah,
What do we got
I was
here?
hoping more people would show up for our trivia night tonight.
Guys, I told Ron I have to leave in a few minutes, so I won't stay for the trivia because that would screw everything up. But I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Okay,
Well, it's good
Lyman,
to see you. Lyman. Thanks.
happy holiday to you.
Thank you.
You're around.
So we got John has done our trivia. He's our president. Steve Maynard is our first vice president. Glenn's our second VP. Alan's our treasurer, and I'm the secretary. And everybody else must be home sleeping tonight. But anyway, let's see. December 27th is Apple Professionals. at our last meeting, the officers talked about January. We didn't get a lot of specifics for possible meeting items, but we figured that some people might get new equipment or new devices over the holidays. So if you want to, we'll show those or talk about them. And we might also talk about peripheral devices and whatever else pops into our head between now and then.
Yeah,
Membership
Ron, if I
rewards-
could say, can I interject something there? That for the rest of you here, we'd love to try to get people to talk about their peripheral devices or other things that they use, with their Apple products. So if you've got anything, that would be great to hear about what you like, what you use, how you're using it.
By peripherals, you mean things like what?
Anything that is a non-Apple product necessarily, I guess it could be Apple, but something you use that I might plug into my MacBook or with my phone or something like that. That is, it's, not your MacBook, it's not your iPhone, it's stuff that goes with it that you use.
Okay, so everybody think about those things for January meeting. At the end of tonight's meeting, we'll be concluding the rewards program and we'll draw names, and 4 people from all the names drawn will get a $100 Apple. Can't call it a gift card anymore because it's sort of like a gift ticket, but anyway, Alan goes through Apple and emails those people. Let's see.
I have Apple send out the gift cards directly.
Yeah, but it's more like through an email, isn't it, Ryan?
Right. Yeah. They email you the information.
Yeah.
Worked before, so.
So tonight, if you're playing, you need a piece of paper or something to write on and a pen or pencil, because you're going to keep track of your group's answers for the trivia. With the teams let's see, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4.
There'll be 8 of us.
5, 6, 7.
There'll be 8 besides John when Lyman leaves.
Well, Tammy and Terry are on the same team, or how you guys going to do this?
Well,
Yeah.
if we have 8 of us, we could do 4 groups of 2.
That's pretty much it.
We would want to
Terry-
obviously be on the same
Terry and
team.
Tammy will be on one team, but
Yeah.
they'll count as 2 people.
So
So we'll have to
1,
see how that works. But anyway,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So we have 4 teams of 2.
yeah, we could do that, I suppose.
3 teams of 3 then?
It'll be a little harder than usual, but the problem is we don't,
Should it be
Maybe
3
get-
teams of 3?
well, Lyman's going to leave though, and there's going to be 8 of us. So
There's a
unless,
total of 8 playing.
Right.
unless we're going to start chopping people in half, I don't know how we make that work.
Well, John could get on a team. I'll be on John's team.
Yeah, say I want to be on John's
right.
team.
Give me a break. How's your memory tonight, John?
So I don't need to know. I don't need my memory. I got all the answers right here.
Oh,
That's
okay.
I'm
So
sure
I
He'd be
I will say
cheating, so
this.
we can't let him play.
From my experience of emceeing trivia nights and being the guy that wrote all the trivia but a real live audience, that's way more stressful than playing.
Let's see. I think we'll have a 7-minute time limit tonight for you to discuss with your partners on your answers. And then, like I said, write them down. And
Unless
then-
everybody comes back first, right?
Say that again, Alan.
Unless everybody comes back to John first. Then, if you decide what it is, we don't have to stay out 7 minutes, do we?
No, you can
Well-
come back to the group, but he won't go over the answers until the time limit's up. And then he will go over the answers. There'll be a PDF he'll send in the chat. So you'll have to open that up on your own computer or your own device, whatever you're using. And make sure you do that before he sends us to the groups, because I did that last year and I hadn't opened it up. And once he goes to groups, you're out of luck. So just make sure you open it up to be able to view it before we go to groups. And then he will go over the answers, and then we'll have 4 rounds of that same thing. 5 questions per round. Did I miss anything, John?
Nope, I think that's about got it. Now,
Okay.
the only thing, what I would like to do, and I don't know if I can do this now before Ron makes me a host of the meeting or not, but I want to try sending a file and drag it over to the chat. This is a practicing that I made up. It's just a bunch, it's nothing to do with the contest, it's just nonsense. It's actually an RTF file. I just created it in TextEdit. I want to see if I can take that and put it into chat and make sure that everybody gets it, or do I have to wait until we actually start the meeting rooms? I'm not sure.
Oh, you can put it in there now if you want to.
I think you have to put it before we go to the meeting rooms.
Correct. But what I mean is, well, let me just go ahead and put it in there now, just see if it works. So this is called Zoom breakout rooms. Here, let me just check something on this. Yeah, this is the one I want. Okay. I'm going to put something into the chat now, I hope, and see if people see it. Problem is, where did the chat go?
Yeah,
I've-
open it on the bottom there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the problem is that when I do this, that goes away. I think I must have, let's see. Oh, I had it on my laptop screen, and that doesn't seem to want to let me do that. So the problem is that whenever I go to click on this thing, the chat thing in Zoom goes away. What if I put it on top?
We'll
Maybe
open the
then
chat window first.
Oh, okay, there, okay, that, yeah, of course, that was it. Now, this is just gonna be a trial type message here. And then I just hit the paper airplane thing.
Yeah, I
There
see
it
it.
is.
Zoom breakout room.
Yeah, is everybody seeing that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it'll look like this is gonna work. Okay, you can take that file and do with it what you want. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it looks like that's going to work okay. So I need to keep the chat window open and then go to where the actual files are, the PDF files. Oh, we have to, but before I guess what we should do is, before I do that, let me go ahead and, okay, Ron, do you want to make me the host now so that I can establish the rooms and have, what I'm going to do is let Zoom assign them automatically, and we'll just see how that goes.
Well, it's going to be confused because Tammy and Terry are in one.
Well, I'm
group.
thinking I might have to, well, we'll see if I can override the automatic assignment, because I don't want to pick who's going to be on what team.
Right, I understand.
And we decided the best way we want to do this, because with let's see, is Lyman still with us, or did he leave?
No, he left.
He left, okay. So I am showing that there are 8 participants counting me, so that means 7. So
No.
we could have,
There are 8 participants, but 2 of them are in one place.
okay, but I'm just thinking this through. If there's 8 participants, if there's 8 people in the meeting counting me, that means there are 7 eligible to play. So one team of 3 and one of 4, or 2, 2 and 3, or what's the best? How do people think they want to do this?
How many gift cards are there?
That'll be determined by how many
How much?
first
Yeah.
and second place there is. They aren't limited. They're not bought yet.
Okay.
I'd do 2, 2, and 3, I think.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. So,
Well, actually, you'll have
Okay.
to be, I don't know, you'll
Well-
have to figure that out.
it looks like you've made me the host, because I can see the breakout room thing down here in the.
I put you're the host now.
Okay, all right. So I'm clicking on breakout rooms, assign automatically. And okay, it put room 1 is Terry, Ron, Steve, Terry, and Tammy. Room 2
No, wait,
Yeah.
that can't, that's way too many people.
So we're gonna go 4 and 4.
He spoke my name twice.
Oh, I see. It's got Terry and Tammy together as one. Okay, so what I need to do then is recreate and assign manually. And
I mean, we could go 4 and 4 since we don't have a lot of people. I don't care.
Yeah, 4 and 4 is fine.
okay. So I'm going to arbitrarily, and if people don't like this, that's fine. I'm arbitrarily choosing Terry and Tammy to be on a team. Let's say Don and, well, we can't have father and son in the same team. So let's say Alan.
Yeah, you could.
Good, doesn't matter to me.
So assign. Okay, am I doing this right? Glenn, Bob, Ron, and Steve. Okay, so we've got two teams. We got room 1 is Alan, Donald House, and then Terry and Tammy. Room 2 is Glenn, Bob Levitt, Ron, and Steve.
Hello.
Okay,
Okay, if that's acceptable, then I'm going to go ahead and do open all rooms. Well, before I do that,
but you gotta put your PDF in there first.
yeah, I got to put the PDF in here. So let me get the thing here. Move that out of the way. Open up the chat window. Okay, chat window is open. Ah, come on. Okay, so I'm putting GAMUG trivia questions round1.pdf into the chat now. And I'm clicking on the paper airplane.
So can we open it or?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do open all rooms, and all of you should go into your rooms, and I should not be able to see you. So I'm doing that now.
I'm lost.